Hundreds of revellers broke lockdown rules by holding an illegal rave on a residential street in East London.
Describing revellers as incredibly selfish, endangering others and forcing officers to risk their own health.
Most of the cans left strewn around had contained soft drinks, but some tablets and other substances were found.
Police are preparing to go in and break it up, which proved more difficult than expected.
A succession of repetitive beats. This wording in the Criminal Justice and Public Order Act of 1994 was a direct attack on free party culture. 30 years on, the current government is seemingly still at war, recently upping the potential fine to £10,000 during the COVID lockdown. During this time, the right-wing media has consistently attacked the scene with stories of violence, danger, drug use. But how true is this negative stigma that the government and the tabloids seem to present?
I think the public opinion around free parties is that these are just wild events for any excuse to just do drugs and get crazy.
It can be quite a big fuck you to the police, and especially a lot of the time they really can't do anything.
Obviously there's like the legal side of things, being the substances and whatnot, which depending on the type of person you are, might be quite bad for you in certain situations.
I've definitely seen some more extreme drug use.
There are risks at free parties that the government is right to be worried about and the tabloids are right to cover. However, these same risks are still associated with legal events like raves, clubs, concerts. The dangers at free parties are blown out of proportion.
I've been to some parties and spoken to some hikers and cyclists in the mornings, and they love it. They seem to be all for it, and they relate it back to their youth.
The main thing about these parties is just to have a nice time and to listen to the music and enjoy the music.
I've been to a few parties where nothing like out of the norm has ever gone on, nothing wrong, nothing like to major report on, and when you read the newspaper article about it and the next day it's completely blown out of proportion.
I mean, there's drug use anywhere. I think the thing is any establishment which is truly free from drugs, any club, pub, rave.
Such a fun energy, like when you go to a club, if you bump into somebody, there's usually some aggression there. But at these free parties, there isn't any of that.
I love free parties. They're a really good place to go in the world if you don't really fit into normal society.
Every morning at the party, the group of people that you dance through the night with, and you recognise them throughout the night, 'cause these things can be quite small.
And you see people at these parties, like, oh my god, I saw you at the last one.
I mean, all the lovely people, all the friends I've made along the way. With these things, you see a lot of the same people each time.
If I just need a moment, people come up to me and ask me if I'm okay, if it's all right if they come and sit with me. That I think there's a real sense of community there.
It gives people like power and a sense of unity.
For those who go, free parties are all about having a good time, having a good stomp, and most importantly, plur. Peace, love, unity, and respect. You wouldn't think such a welcoming community would come from banging out hard trance in the woods every weekend. They're not for everyone, but all I'd say for those who have never gone, but assume the worst, come along, you might just enjoy yourself.
Psychedelic trip. Gonna tell you about this.